How's it going, everybody? Hope you're all doing well. So one question that is just all over the place through military and recreational shooters is the M17 better than the M9, or is the M17 M18 terrible? As in, we don't deserve it and it's a piece of junk. That is one thing that the comment section will explode on. And here, I want to talk about my experience recreationally and operationally with these pistols. So, I normally do updates on the M17 M18 program because I own them recreationally. But the benefit is, I also use the M18 daily for several years, operationally, as active duty. Now, first off, these are my opinions, and the DoD does not agree with what I have to say or disagree. There is no correlation. I have to state that because they've been getting on people recently about it. So these are all my opinions here. But with my data that I've used in the military and had all my coworkers around me utilize this pistol and transition from the Beretta M9 to the M18, what do they have to say about it? What do the people or the military members have to say about this pistol that replaced the M9? And I'm also going to talk about several thousand rounds that I have through this. Between the two, the M17 and the M18, probably upwards of 5,000 plus rounds of recreational use. So I have some data behind that. We're going to talk about, cleanliness. Does it affect it? How many malfunctions have I had? Stuff like that. But getting back to what my coworkers, what I hear them talking about, is they are honestly in the middle about it, right down the middle. Some of them hate it and they want to go back to the Beretta, and some of them are like, yeah, it's fine, it's whatever, it's a new pistol, it's lighter. And that's kind of where it goes, is it's lighter because they don't like carrying a big bulky pistol on their side like the Beretta was, which it's a boat anchor, but I do enjoy it. I do like the Beretta M9. I shot it expertly every single time I went to qual. Along with the M18, I've fired expert every single time. But I will tell you, the M18, in my opinion, is more difficult to score that expert or to shoot better. Could it be because I have a decade's worth of time behind this and only 3 to 4 years behind this? Could be, yeah, absolutely. Just need to get more reps in. But I've noticed people fail quals on the M18 more than the Beretta. So why is that? So here's what I think of it is. This is a completely different pistol than the Beretta M9. Of course, in weight-wise, it is shorter, meaning you will have more muzzle flip because that weight is further back. To include, SIG has always had a higher bore axis, meaning the slide is higher than other pistols of the market. Because the lower you get weight down to, physics-wise, if I could, I would have the slide directly in my palm because that's where all the, force is going to come straight back where I can absorb it. The further you go down on this pistol, the more muzzle flip because of physics is going to occur. Now this has a higher bore axis than the Beretta, and it is lighter weight, so it doesn't have that mass to absorb it. So a lot of people are having muzzle flip issues on the range to qualify, and they are failing because of it. Now, if you understand this and understand, hey, how do you manage that, you can be equally as effective with this. I did an effective video with the M17, and I hate on SIGs a lot, but I think ultimately it's an okay-ish pistol, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. But you have to explain to people more that this has a higher bore axis and this is going to flip more, which is why half the side of the people do not like it and they say it sucks, I don't want it anymore, screw this thing. You got to get used to it and you got to understand where the physics lie and where it's coming from. But overall, I enjoy the M17 more because it eliminates some of that muzzle flip. It pushes more weight further forward because it's a longer slide. Wow. Some people argue in the comments, say, well, that has no effect, nothing at all. Well, I've noticed it personally. I shoot the M17 better than I do the M18, just marginally because I can control it better. So if you are the type of person that is interested in this, M17, M18, or the 320 platform, I would say, hey, shoot the shorter one or the, you know, the compact size or whatnot, and shoot the service size, which the M17 and M18, and just see for yourself. You may not be able to tell. I can. That's why I enjoy it. So, of course, the legacy also is an issue. Legacy. People do not want to give up that old mindset, especially when the Beretta came out in the early 80s. People were like, what's wrong with the 1911? There's nothing wrong with the 1911. Why are we going to this stupid pistol and blah, blah, blah? And people loved the 1911. The Marine Corps loved it so much that they re-implemented the M45A1 into service, but eventually ditched it again because heritage and, you know, 45 and stopping power and stuff like that. But was it the smart move operationally? I mean, 45 is not a NATO-based cartridge. 9mm was. You can carry more than 9mm. I'm not here to discuss all that. But it is interesting to see the levels of jumping and where we're going. Now, of course, it was a funding issue, and some people will say, hey, the Glock didn't make it because they were outbid or underbid because SIG came in under here and Glock was up here. So government wanted to save money. They said, hey, we're going to send it on that one. Potentially. So, my overall opinion, one thing, I would say the M18 malfunctions more under dirty environments. If you do not clean your M18, it will malfunction more quickly or often than my Beretta did. Out of a decade's worth of shooting these things. That is my opinion. But if you keep them clean, reasonably clean, and I'm talking a lot of rounds, like 500-600 rounds without cleaning them, which who normally does that? But if you clean them properly, they will both perform equally, in my opinion. Accuracy-wise, about the same, a little bit less for the M18 just because it's a shorter barrel. Could you even notice it? Probably not. Operational distance, only 50 meters. Can you take this out to 100 meters? Yes, I've done it. Go look at a video I just proved several years ago that you can shoot double the distance and it'll still work just fine, blah, blah, blah. But do I think we made a smart choice, personally?
Yes, I hate on it, but it is a capable pistol.
I can't answer that, honestly. We needed something new, yes. I would have liked to see other pistols and actually saw the specific data, but that's just specifically my opinion. But if you guys definitely are interested or own a 320 or M18 or M17, do not feel bad about your purchase. It is not a terrible gun, in my opinion. Is it the best pistol for the United States military? I don't know. There's probably some other options that I would prefer. But ultimately, if you own one or want to own one, it's not a bad choice. Same with the Beretta and or a 1911. So you guys like this kind of stuff, want to hear more information or just me talking or ranting or whatever it is, just my opinion on these things because I've used them a lot. Definitely like, subscribe, give me a comment. I know there's going to be tons of hateful comments on here saying like, you don't know what you're talking about and all this stuff. And I get it. It's just opinion. All right, relax. It's fine. But other than that, I hope y'all have a great day. A little slow on the flight picture.
Go away!
There we go.
So I was at Walmart the other day.
Walmart?
Ah!